What shall we talk about? Do you want to sit quietly and not talk? All right, I'll talk. I wonder if you are aware of what is happening in the technological world. You know about computers, probably. Computers can almost do anything that man can do. Man learns through experience, which becomes knowledge, then stored up in the brain, memory, and thought. That's the operation we go through. Experience, from that experience learn, which becomes knowledge. Then that knowledge is stored in the brain as memory, and from that memory, thought springs. This is a fact. If you observe yourself, you might have an incident, pleasant or unpleasant. From that incident, you learn, which becomes the knowledge, and from that knowledge is retained in a memory, recorded in the memory, in the brain, and memory, thought. The computers can do this exactly. They play with master chess player. You know what master chess player is? You know what chess is, don't you? At last. It plays with a master chess player, the computer. The master chess player beats him, beats the computer, and the computer learns from the moves that the master has made and plays with him. So he plays with him 2 or 3 times and learning all the time, experiencing all the time, till the computer beats the master chess player. You understand what I'm saying? It is, the computer does exactly what the human brain does. Experience, learn, knowledge, memory, act. You understand this? Right? This is what the computers are doing. Probably in a few years, it will do almost anything which the human mind can do. And also, they are developing robots. You know what robots are? You do? By Jove. You don't or you do? Yes? Good. And now in Japan, you read all about in Time magazine probably. In Japan, they've got there are more robots working than in any other parts of the world, putting together cars, welding the cars, and so on. The robots can do this, which is, in the robot is implanted the computer. And the computer then tells the robot what to do. You understand all this? So gradually, in about 10 years or 15 years and more, the whole mechanical labor problem will be solved. You understand this problem? In the factories, probably even in the kitchen, everywhere the robot and the computers are going to take over. That's probably will happen within your life, long before you end your life. Within 10 years, 15 years, this will happen. So please listen to this. What's going to happen to man? You understand my question? If the robots and the computers are going to take over all the operation of man, going to the factory, keeping accounts, inventing new things, there'll be no factory workers. All that will be taken over by the computer and the robot. Then man throughout the world will have leisure. Are you listening to all this? Does it mean anything to you? You will have leisure. Society is going to be changed completely. And you will have more and more leisure. What will you do with that leisure? That is a central problem that's being raised. Do you understand my question? Right? You will see, if you read in the magazines, there are 10,000 robots in Japan doing the mechanical works which human beings have been doing, putting cars together, polishing them, welding them, all that. And West Germany has 850 robots. And so gradually the whole world is going to be run by robots and computers. You understand all this? Or are you all asleep? So what's going to happen to you? You understand the question? What's going to happen to man when he has an enormous amount of leisure? Either he will seek entertainment, football, cinema, rugby, the whole entertainment world, which includes also the entertainment sustained by religions. Do you understand this? The entertainment of football, the entertainment of religion, or man will have to turn to something else entirely. You're following all this? Look, instead of my going to the office every day for the next 50 years from 9 to 5, the robot and the computer will take it over, my work. Who's going to pay me to live? I shall have no work. So what's going to happen to me? You understand?
We won't have any money, so the people will not get any money. Only the robots will do the work for us.
He says we won't get any money if the robots do the work.
That's just it. If the robots and the computers are going to work, you won't get any money. No, just listen to it first. Question me afterwards. So social structure is going to be changed. Now, you go to the office or to the factory to build a bridge and so on, so on. The robots and the computers are going to do all that. And what is the nature of the society when you will have very little work? Then the government has to pay you. Then how will the government get money? You follow? It's a tremendous problem, this. A new social structure has come to be. And how will you use your leisure? What's going to happen to man who is going to have immense leisure? You understand my question? What's going to happen? I said either you go to entertainment of every kind, temples, churches, mosques, either that or you have to do something entirely different. You're following all this? What will you do? Robots and computers can dig a well, can plant trees. I have seen a tractor in California planting tomatoes. There are hundreds of acres. A machine does it. Digs a hole, plants the tomatoes, waters it, and goes on. I wonder if you grasp the significance of this. Do they?
So as we are now, at present, we have to have something to occupy our minds, some sort of thoughts, so that.
Quite right. So what will you do with your mind when you have no problems? You're missing.
So, when now kids are going to the office and a job like that is very routine and mechanical. So if a job like that is taken over and you are given leisure time, then perhaps you can really investigate into what you really want to do and find out things which you don't have the time to do now because you have to work in an office.
You may want to be a poet, right? You may want to write books, but the computer can do that. What's up?
He says when the computers take over, man will stop thinking for himself because the work is over and there's no work to do.
So, man will also become a robot? No, please follow. No, I wonder if you understand the problem involved in all this. Are your brains working, the older people, older group? Are you thinking with me? Look, the computer is programmed. That is, you tell the computer what to do. right? It records, holds it, and then does what you tell it. And we human beings are also programmed. We are Hindus, we are Buddhists, we must go to the office, this is right, this is wrong. You follow? We are programmed as the computers are. Do you understand what I'm saying? You are a Muslim because you have been told you are a Muslim. You are a Catholic because you have been told you are a Catholic for generations as a Hindus. So you are programmed as the computer is. And when the computer takes all that over, what's happened to your brain? What is going to happen to your mind?
It will think only of money.
Huh?
It will think only of money.
He said it will think only of money.
Is that all? You're all supposed to be educated. Huh?
It will start being more destructive.
What?
It will begin to be more destructive.
He says,
Yes?
No, sir. It will start thinking of making better robots because it's getting more leisure time.
Suppose, look, let me put it this way. You are free to do what you like. Because everything is done by machinery, computer, robot. And you are free. What will you do? Good Lord, don't you ask? What do you do? Please reply to my question.
So we spend the world in
Huh?
pleasures.
Huh?
After the robots start doing work for you, naturally you'll forget all about work and start enjoying pleasures. And
All right. How will you enjoy? In what way?
he said he'll enjoy pleasures.
Yes, I know. I want him to go on with it. How will you enjoy?
don't do work. I mean, just
But you can't,
whatever you want and
so you can't do any work. What will you do? You can't go to the office. You can't go to the factory.
We will all become lazy.
Huh?
We will all become lazy.
Then what will you, just die? Become more and more lazy, more and more slack, more and more nothing to do, gradually wither away?
So you start noticing all the things you haven't noticed all the while. You will start noticing things which you didn't notice before.
Ah. All right, begin with that. Will leisure give you time to watch things? Will it? You follow it up, sir. You can watch the trees, the mountains, the rocks, the river.
Yes, sir. Because you cannot keep on, you can't go ahead enjoying the pleasures, as he said. The material pleasures, like entertainment and all that. After some time you will stop and you will notice all the things around you.
All right, then you have looked at the world, right? The world of trees, rivers, the earth, the beauty of the earth, the glory of the mountains, and so on. After you have looked at it for some time, you get rather tired, right? Then where else will you look?
At yourself,
Huh?
at yourself. You look at yourself.
Now, begin. That's what I want you to begin. You look at yourself, right? Where? In the mirror? Which you are doing now. Right? How will you look at yourself? You see, go on, use your brain.
I think you have to be aware of what you're doing all the time.
What's that?
You have to be aware of what you're doing all the time.
So, maybe you will look at yourself, thinking of the things that you used to do and you don't do anymore. And the reactions.
Are you, forgive me to interrupt you, are you answering my question?
How will I look at myself?
Yeah, are you looking at yourself in the mirror? How do you look at yourself?
In the mirror, sir, or
Huh?
otherwise? Maybe I will look at myself through things that I didn't do, that I'm not doing now, which I used to do when there were no robots.
So you look at yourself through your actions, right? Go slowly. What are your actions based on? Now carefully think it out. Don't depend on my thinking it out and telling you. Think it out. What are your actions based on?
Experiences, sir.
What?
Your past experiences.
That is what? Now go slowly. Learn.
So, experience, you said, you have an experience and then it is stored in your brain.
Are you repeating me?
No, but it is thought. I mean, basically, what your actions
Look, stop a minute. Have you learned this from me, or, listen carefully, you have discovered it for yourself?
What do you think of, sir? You think it and then do it.
What? What's that?
You think of something, sir, and then you act, sir. He says you first think and then act.
I am asking you, sir, how do you look at yourself? And that girl said, through action, right? What is your action based on? Carefully think it out. Have you watched a dog?
Yeah.
Wait, sir, listen. Have you watched a dog? If you give him something which he likes and keep on doing that, he will follow you, right? He will obey you. But if you don't give him something and punish him, he also learns. You are following this? Do you understand this? Huh? Which means what? No, watch it, think it out. You reward him, you punish him. Which means what? He learns through reward and punishment. Right? Don't you do the same? Right? Huh? The results must be based on reward and punishment. So, you are programmed. You understand what I mean by programmed? Like the computer, to act according to reward and punishment. Do you understand this? Go on, think it out. So how do you look at yourself? You have found that your life, your way of thinking is based on reward and punishment, right? Fear and pleasure. Right? Do you understand this? Gosh, your brains have not been cultivated. I'm going to talk to Mr. Narayan about it. You're just like machines. You learn to repeat, and you don't think about it. Now, let's come back. You have found that you act according to punishment and reward, right? Do you see that? So you have learned how to look at yourself. You are beginning to look at yourself through your action. Right? Now, what is action?
Action is the things that we do.
Huh?
My actions are the things that I do.
Action is a thing we do.
I know. What? Good Lord.
Can you say that action is an expression of my thought?
Right. What are your thoughts based on? What is your thought? How does the thought arise? Think it out, don't go slowly.
Sir, whatever I've stored up from my memory, whatever I've experienced, and so everything stored up and my thought comes from that.
Yes. Is that what you have learned this morning?
Before that.
Huh?
Even before that, I thought.
Yes, good. Then proceed. How do you look at yourself then?
I said, I just look at what I'm doing, that's all I do. And even then, it always happens that after I finish doing something, I notice it. I never notice what I'm doing as I'm doing it.
Then what is you who are doing it? No, you haven't listened. What is you? Who are you who is doing it?
Me, sir.
Who is me?
You.
Huh?
You.
What is that? What is that, sir?
Excuse me, I shouldn't have spoken. I'm not a real student.
Huh?
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. I'm told I shouldn't have spoken.
He's not a student here.
Huh?
He's not a student here.
Oh. Only students, sir, if you don't mind. You say, I am doing this, right? Who is you?
So when you're doing,
Huh?
when you're acting, there's nothing like you at that moment. Sir.
Quite right. At the moment of action, there is no you. Right? Wait, sir. Have you discovered that? Huh?
Just now while I was listening to you, I was just listening and I was
What?
not aware of listening at that moment. He says he was listening.
I understand.
He was not aware that he was listening.
So, then, what are you?
After the action,
No, I'm asking, please, sir, listen to my question kindly.
your question was, what are you?
Yes. Who are you?
What my thoughts tell I am.
What?
He is what his thoughts tell he is.
So, are you saying, listen carefully, are you saying you are what you think?
Yes.
Huh? You're quite sure?
Sir, so we do not know who we are, but we know from the people. People tell us who we are really. We don't
Yes.
know who we are.
You are told you are my daughter, your name is this, right? And you are Hindu, Buddhist, whatever it is. So you accept all that, right? And also you are saying, you are what you think you are, right? Are you quite sure? Don't be quite sure.
So when you are what you think you are actually programming yourself to be what your thoughts say ask you to be.
Have you discovered that for yourself?
Yes, I have.
Huh? So you are speaking first hand, not second hand.
Yes,
Huh? Right? So you have discovered that you are what you think. Right? Right? What do you think?
I think what my likes and dislikes.
So begin, go on, explore. Don't stop there.
Sir, my thought arises from my past experiences,
Yes,
which means I think from the past
yes, that's right.
all the time.
So go on.
So, if I am what I think, then I am the past.
Now, quite right, you have discovered something, haven't you? You are the past. Right? Have you discovered that? Be honest, don't. Have you discovered for yourself that you are the past?
I have noticed it as I'm living.
Yes. So you have noticed it and learned that you are the past. You are the result of other people's knowledge, right? Other people's tradition, what they have told you, your own experience, all that says you are the past. Huh? Right? Right? So what does that mean?
That means that
Huh?
that means that you are not acting what action is, but you are acting according to some old programming.
Yeah, which means what? So go on, think it out.
So your past actions are causing your present actions.
What?
Your past actions are causing the present actions.
That is, your life is the past. You are living in the past, right? Right? Do you agree? Do you see that? Please, be skeptical what I'm saying about. Don't accept what I'm saying, but find out. Have you found out for yourself that you are living in the past? Which is a great discovery, you understand? That you are the result of the past. You think, your thinking is based on the past. The past is knowledge, right? You understand this? I wonder if they understand any of this. So what is happening to your mind? If you are living all the time in the past, what's happening to your mind?
Mind is becoming slowly dead. It's rotting all the time.
So what does that, are you slowly dying? Be careful, think it out.
It's not finding anything new.
What?
It's not finding anything new.
So you say, if you're all the time living in the past, you can find nothing new, right? Right?
Yeah.
Is that so to you?
A bit.
Huh?
A bit.
What do you mean a bit?
When sometimes when sometimes I'm doing something and I'm not fully aware of it, then and I'm thinking of something else, then at that moment I feel that I'm not doing the past, but I'm learning something new. Like sometimes I never know that I'm walking in a certain way.
Come over here. What are you saying, sir?
Sometimes when I'm not watching myself, I never know that I'm walking a certain way, and I only know it when someone says, "Hey, you're walking in a funny way,"
That's right. Which means what?
which means that I'm a bit conditioned.
Which means, go on, what does that mean? Explain to me what's conditioning is.
Like it's as if I'm a computer and I've been programmed what to do.
Don't repeat what I said, oh boy. You see, that's what you see what you are all doing? You are just repeating what somebody else says. So you're all second-hand people. There's nothing new in you. So find out what you're doing. So I'm asking you, ladies and gentlemen, how do you look at yourself? Because that's the only thing you will have left when the robots and the computers are going to take over. Unless you spend your life mere entertainment, some of you will do that inevitably, there'll be some who say, look, I have nothing to do, I've looked at the earth, the green leaves, the beauty of the sky, and you say, I must look at myself. And I say, how do you look at yourself? How do you look? I know how you look in the mirror. Is that what you are? Just the surface? Light, dark, narrow eyes, short eyes, all that? Are you something more than that?
By comparing yourself with others.
What?
By comparing yourself with others.
He says you know yourself by comparing yourself with others.
All right, sir. You know yourself by comparing yourself with others. Right? Right, sir? You've said that. What do you mean by comparing?
See what they have done and what you are doing.
What?
See what they have done and what you are doing.
See what they have done and what you are doing.
Aren't you being compared in your class? Somebody gets more marks or better than you. Right? Aren't you always being compared? Would the educator answer me? Huh? What?
We are compared.
You are comparing. Now when you compare A with B, what happens to A?
better.
What?
If A gets more marks, A feels superior to B. Or if B gets more marks, A feels inferior. That way you are affecting A psychologically.
You are being compared. Let's wait a minute. You are being compared with him, right? He is much cleverer, right? So what happens to you?
You try to be more clever.
Huh?
You try to be more cleverer than that person.
So what does that mean? You God, these people. Huh?
Trying to be yourself.
Answer me, sir. Don't repeat.
You start hating him.
Look, I compare myself with him. He's cleverer, more beautiful, more intelligent, gets better mark, and so on, so on. What happens to me?
You become jealous of him.
What?
You become jealous of him because he's better than you.
So I become jealous. Then what else? What?
You try to be cleverer than him.
I can't hear.
Estimate the value of yourself.
What?
Estimate the value of yourself. How much you, according to you see how much you contribute.
No, somehow you try to make yourself more cleverer and all to the others.
Yeah. I compare myself with you. You are much clever, more beautiful, and so on. So in comparing myself with you, listen carefully. What happens to me?
So you keep studying and studying to become more cleverer than him, sir. You keep studying. So,
Wait, you haven't, I'll go into it step by step, you'll see it. I compare myself with you. You are more clever, more nice looking, all the rest of it. What happens to me? And I say in comparing myself with you, I say I'm dull, right? I'm not beautiful. I wish I were like you, right? So what is happening to me?
you develop a complex.
Huh?
You develop a complex. Sir,
Do you?
You try to imitate him, in which case you are not yourself.
Sir, you could be better than that person in something else, and instead of becoming better in the thing,
What do you mean better?
okay,
You
I
see?
like
Ah, God. Would you kindly, the teachers, to answer my question? When you compare one boy with another boy, which I'm sure you do, huh?
He says we destroy both of them.
Quite right, at last. Have you realized that? Huh? You don't become better. You are destroying yourself by comparing with somebody else. I wonder if they can understand this. You understand, sir, what we are saying? Your whole government is based on that. Your whole economic system is based on this. That you are comparing yourself all the time with somebody else. So gradually you are destroying your own capacity, your own vitality, your own strength. You are merely imitating, right? You're following this? I wonder.
So let us go into step by step. Okay?
What?
Let's go into step by step. Let's see. When you compare yourself with another person, you try to act in such a way that you get more marks than them.
Yes. What does, wait. Go ahead.
So what happens is that you try to act through your past, that you know you have a certain method. If you follow that, you can get more marks than him. So you do that. you follow that old method and try to become better than that chap in getting marks. So you're not acting as you would like to act, but you're acting in some way which is dictated by the past.
Yes, sir. Go on. So what happens to you when you're always competing with him, right? Trying to get better marks? This constant struggle. You follow?
So you're not acting out of something new, but you're acting out of something which is finished.
So how will you, can you work, study without comparison?
So, I have learned that when you compare, you are trying to be someone else, and so you are not what you are.
That's right.
So you are destroying yourself.
That's right.
So if you do not compare, then
Wait.
you said you study. How will you study without comparing?
That's right.
I will study for myself, not to be something else or anything else.
So can you study without competition?
So it is essential that we study with competition.
Huh?
It is essential that we study with competition.
What's that?
He says it is essential to study with competition.
For it kind of goes to do one thing. If you're doing something for yourself, you don't have the same.
I wonder if you understand what those people said. You say you can only study when you are compelled, when you are competing.
Yes, sir. So it tells you where you are, in what rung of the ladder, or what step you are. By comparing, it's a kind of milestone,
It's kind of measure.
a measure.
Now wait a minute. Without measure, can't you study?
Never tried to.
And find out. This is what you are programmed to compete, to compare, you follow? To do something better and so on and so on. Now, can you find a different way of studying without this? I wonder if I would like to talk this over with your educators, because if you can study without comparing, you put more energy into it. You understand?
Sir, I think I can. I think I can study without competition. If I'm really, if I'm interested in it, and I want to learn about it, I'll learn about it.
So, wait a minute. What do you mean by learning? Now you are learning under pressure, right? You are learning to pass somebody else, right? So, your learning is a constant process of struggle, right? Whether it's mathematics, history, biology, whatever it is. Now, see what happens. If you are under pressure, your energy is limited. You get this? Is it too philosophical, all this?
May I say something? When somebody is comparing, or
Say it loud.
when you are comparing yourself with someone else, or when there is pressure, lot of energy is wasted on that. That energy is not available for observation and study.
Now, Mr. Principal, will you see to it?
No, but
Now, don't
some of
talk.
you see it. Do some of you see it? When you study, supposing you are comparing yourself with someone else, or you are being pushed through pressure, you create your own pressure, and you are studying with that pressure. You don't have full energy to do what you are doing. Right? It's very simple.
Very simple. And Mr. Principal, will you see that this is done? Wait a minute. I'm asking Mr. Narayan. I'm putting him on the spot.
Sir, how did Mr. Narayan do it?
What?
I will do it. I will do it. I will do it, but you must also listen to me. You must cooperate with me. You must see the beauty of this.
Now, will the other teachers, the other educators agree to this? What do you say, sir? I see you sitting there, a blue shirt. What do you say?
So we are not comparing at all.
What?
We are not comparing two students at all.
He's saying we're not comparing students in the school.
I'm not doing that anyway.
Don't you give them marks? No?
In the junior school, we don't give marks.
In the junior school.
But
Are you playing tricks with me, sir? Are you playing tricks with me? Then you have said we don't do it. So you are doing it with the higher students.
I'm not doing it, sir.
he's in the junior school.
You see how our mind works? So I'm just asking you, Mr. Principal and the educators, will you see that they can study without any pressure, any comparison? Mr. Narayan explained very carefully, which is when you are under pressure, your energy is limited. But when the pressure is taken away, you've got your energy to study.
So sometimes compare.
Have you listened to that old boy? Have you listened to what I said? Right? You didn't. Did you? What?
That when you study under pressure, you use most of your energy on that direction than observing and
Yes, which you are repeating. You see what you have all done? You have become mechanical, old boy. You are repeating.
Sir, it may be possible in the school, but once you go outside, you have to face the pressure.
You hear what he said? It may be all right here, but when you go outside, you are under pressure. Right? Will you yield to that pressure?
So from what I've heard from the old students, they've all said they've tried yielding to the pressure. They've tried yielding.
What's that?
He has heard from the old students that what is it you want to say? They've tried not yielding to the pressure. Some of the old students have reported to him that they have tried not to yield to the pressures when they got, but ultimately they had to.
So, you are saying that the old students who have left here resist pressure, and gradually give in. Is that it?
Not gradually, they try very hard.
That's what I mean. Go. They try very hard not to be under pressure, but give it up.
They don't give it up, they're forced to give it up.
Huh?
They're forced to give it up.
Wait a minute. Who forces them?
Society, I mean the people around them.
Yeah, that means what?
Taking the easier way.
Wait. Let him finish. I am educated here, and when I leave this place, I enter in the universities, college, and so on, and they are putting pressure on me all the time. And I try to resist it. I try to go against it. But the other pressure is so strong that I gradually yield to it, right? Now, why? Think it out.
Sir?
Wait, sir, I must stick to him.
Sir, is it possible that I've noticed that the other people are doing better in sports?
Which means what? More money.
What?
More money.
Yeah.
Yeah. More power. So, I have really not understood pressure, but I'm attracted to money. When these people.
So, I think before, first we have to get rid of any kind of, you should not have an external motivation to make you study. So,
Look, will you do this?
I will,
That you will study without pressure. Sir, will the educators here, the teachers here, help in this? Really help. See the importance of it. Personally, I have never been under pressure. I won't have pressure on me. I don't care about money or anything. I won't have pressure. You understand what I'm saying? Because if I'm under pressure, I limit my energy. My energy becomes very small. But when I'm free, my energy is enormous. I wonder if they understand this principle.
Sir, when we're not compared, we not know in which position we are. And we think we are quite good and we might go from back to earth.
What's that?
It says when we are not compared, we will not know where we are and we may go from bad to worse.
Poor devils.
So when you apply for a job and many people assemble, an advertisement is given and many people.
Blue jeans.
So when an advertisement is given and many people apply for a job and only 3 people are going to be picked up. Naturally, sir, I mean, people who really want to make money have to do better than the others. So, otherwise they won't get a job.
He's quite right, sir.
So
They're all monkeys. You are thinking like them, right?
Quite right.
Quite right.
Sir, but how will you survive outside if you don't have competition?
What?
How will you survive outside if you do not have competition?
Now, stick to that question. How will you survive if you don't compete with the rest of them, right? Right? Is that what you asked?
Yes.
Now, what do you mean survive?
How will you fend for yourself?
Huh?
How will you fend? How will you live? Fend for yourself. How will you live?
Have you found out? You listen carefully. You say, if I don't compete here, but the moment I go outside in the world, I have to compete to survive, right? Survive according to their standard, right? Which is what? Money, power, that's all. If you have money and power, money gives you power. So their standard is money. And is that what you want? Don't be shy, be honest. Then it's all right. If that's what you want, go to it.
So, but money is the main object nowadays, so you can't live without money. So
Yeah,
you have got
yeah.
to compete for money.
Yes, my darling sir, I know that. So what will you do? Become like the rest of them?
Sir, is there a way to do it without becoming like the rest of them?
What?
Is there a way of doing it
without becoming like rest of them.
Become a gardener. Become a carpenter. But you always want to be BAs and MAs, money.
So, but supposing you have a family, a carpenter and...
Have you got a family?
No, sir.
Right, sir? Don't talk about somebody else. Talk about yourself, what you will do. Then you'll be more honest. You understand?
No, but usually, at least for me, I find that what I want to do is not something like a carpenter or something else. Carpenter or a gardener. I want to become something else. I want to become somebody.
Then go on, sir. Become somebody.
So, but a carpenter...
But wait a minute. You're nobody if you're a carpenter.
Not that.
But that means that.
Even in carpentry, there may be people who are more talented than you, sir. And you may not get on very well.
He's saying, I have no talent in carpentry. I may not become a good carpenter.
Of course, there's the master carpenter, the apprentice, and the middleman. You see, that's what I'm saying, sir. It's all based on competition. The guru, with his disciples, he's competing with the other guru who has got more disciples. I remember a guru came to see me, a very well-known guru. He said, I started out with 10 disciples. Now I've got 10,000 disciples. You understand, sir? He's just like you. Only to him, disciples is the coin.
So surely, if I really learn how to learn and how to do something excellently, then I wouldn't have to worry about competition. I wouldn't have to worry about survival because I would be excellent in my
That's
whatever
right.
I did.
Now, therefore, you have to find out, look, listen carefully. You have to find out what you mean by learning. Learning from books, right? Right? Learning from experience. Learning from others, right? You're following this? So what happens when you're doing this? Learning from books, learning from what others have told you, or others are saying. Learn from your experience, what is happening there. Learning from books, learning from your professor, learning from your experience, what is happening. They're all the same, aren't they? Which is, you are accumulating knowledge. And according to that knowledge, you're going to act. Right? So, that's mechanical. Do you see that? So, is there a way of learning which is not mechanical? You understood my question? Find out. Ask your teachers. Challenge them. So I know the way, which is from you, from books, from you, from my experience are all the same, which is accumulating knowledge, which gradually becomes mechanical.
So, but how is learning from experience being mechanical? Because you're learning something for yourself. You're finding
Yes, sir. You haven't understood. You experience, right? From that experience you learn, right? Which becomes the knowledge. Right?
All of them come under the same.
Of course. You get it? Do you understand this? So, you're always accumulating knowledge and acting. Therefore, it becomes gradually mechanical. So, wait, find out for yourself. I'll help you. If there is a different way of learning.
So, but again you'll be going through the same steps.
Huh?
Again you have to go through the same steps.
All this is experience, learning from books, learning from another is accumulating knowledge, right? And acting according to that. That makes it mechanical. Understood? Yes. Now find out if there is a different way of learning.
Can it be by just looking at him?
Huh?
Can it be by just looking?
That's what I'm getting at. You are slowly learning, boy, come on. I'll help you in this. I'll show it if you want. It's nearly 11:15. I better stop because your principal has got to go to meet the collector who's going to arrange things for Mrs. Gandhi. So I better stop now, right? We'll continue with this next time. Do you want to do this?
Without comparison, the world can't go on, sir.
Without comparison, this is your junior. He says, without comparison, the world can't go on. Look what's at that age, sir. He's repeating this thing. See, sir, this is what we are doing in this school.
Sir, but if you take up a job without comparing, which doesn't contain pressure, that will like it, sir. Can't do it without your liking.
Without?
Any job you take must be at your liking. You may not like gardening, but because you do not want pressure, you're taking it up. But it's not exactly at your liking. Then also you won't enjoy the jobs.
So what will you do?
Try to find something that's your liking.
What will you like to do?
Right now, there's so many things I like to do, sir.
Find out what the dominant interest. Go on. I know. You'll end up earning money. Right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Don't do it, sir. Think different.
So, but does that mean, your liking and pressure?
I know you can talk like this when you're very young, but when you reach certain age, you'll be caught in the same groove, right? Yes, sir. So your talking now means nothing, right? Yes. But good to talk, right? Now better. All right, sirs, shall we sit quietly for a few minutes?